Hey, everyone. It's your very favorite history teacher. Let me see your transcript. Go ahead, find your happy place, your seat, and just listen to the music while I get things ready back here. Okay? Thank you all for coming. Hey, everyone. It's your very favorite history teacher. Let me see your transcript. Please hit the like button. Please share, subscribe. And if you have any other, please share to your Instagram, your Facebook, and your Twitter. Thank you so much for being here tonight. This is episode 5 of African American Greed with your favorite host. Let me see your transcript. How's everyone doing tonight? Got your favorite drink, favorite snack? And I know I've been promising you this for a very long time, but thank you for waiting so patiently. So patiently. And apologies for those of you who hopefully that I was going to be drinking some tea tonight. Sorry, not tonight. Maybe just a little bit. Come on in the room. Please hit the like button. Thank you, Barbara J, Jacqueline Vines, Life is Late, Queen Rashi, Christine Parks, #1 mod. Speak Your Truth with Roxanne, my YouTube bestie. Life is Late, holding it down. Dr. Cookie Crusher, The Understanding. Just wrenched it, Understanding. Hey, Lenice. Hey, Mina C. Hey, Daryl, the cigar blogger. Okay, you have, okay, all right. Relax yourself, relax your muscles. Mina C. Medina. Hey. Thank you to my fellow humidors. Thank you so much to Pull Up Crew, Rev Up Crew, Cookie Cuts Track, to our ministers on the roster, and our many dear Christian friends. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I truly appreciate it so very much. Let's get started. Hey. How y'all doing? Thank you so much for being over here waiting patiently. Next time I'll pick a much better selection of music for y'all. Okay? So hey. Oh, just a FYI, um, I do have uh, you can become a member of the channel. I have different rates: $4.99, $7.99, and $9.99. If you become a member of the Let Me See Your Transcript channel, you will have access to members only chat. Also, previews of shows. If you become a member on the channel, or if you become a member of my or supporter of my Buy Me a Coffee, you also will get access to my members only videos and members only chats. We had one last week and we had a really good time. So I'm hoping gonna be more of us gonna be there next time. Okay. Hey, Stay Amble 713. Thank you very much. Also, you can also members will get $3 off my Let Me See Your Transcript merchandise. I'm still trying to work. I need to still work on shirts where you can get mugs, tote bags, Samsung phone cover, and an iPhone phone cover as well. Okay, please come on here. Hey, Bryant Bam Hamilton, nice to see you here. Glad you can make it. All right. Um, Roxanne, can you please put a link to your video from last night so that everyone get a chance? Roxanne on her channel last night, which you should have liked, subscribed, and shared, did an interview with Tremel L. McCray of the McCray King. Okay, it was a really great interview, and that was only part one. There's a part two coming up. Okay. All right, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to business. Where's my church keys? He not here? Hey, everybody. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started. Let's give you a little introduction. Hey, everyone that's watching. Okay, so remember, my channel is where I examine or expose or inform the community, especially the Black community, but also the Christian community, and also the Black conscious community, that there are people who are committing collegiate and career fraud. Okay, so episode 1 was Umar Johnson. Episode 2 was Jay Morrison. Episode 3 was Grandmaster Jay, and episode 4 was Michi X. Okay, and so here we are with episode 5 with Zaza Ali, whose real name is Ginger Daniels. Okay, all right. So just giving you a little bit of preview. I'm gonna try to show you some clips, but not all clips. But if I can't, I'm gonna put them links to them in the chat because right now Facebook is doing some serious. There's people that I follow, they're getting hit with strikes left and right. People who normally don't get that. So please come on in the room. Hey, Georgia, glad you can make it. So let's give you a little backstory. This is, sorry, this is, gotta do the opposite hand. This is Zaza Ali. She's a pro-Black consciousness spiritualist, yoga. Um, she's an author of a couple of books, radio co-host of a radio show podcast, and she's also on YouTube. She also has a channel called ZazaAli.com where she has different like workshops, books you can buy, and also programs that she is selling. So I actually had an opportunity to peruse her channel, and I thought I really liked what I saw. And I was like, oh, okay, let's see what you got over here, sis. This is nice. This is cute. I then when I started doing my investigation into Ms. Zaza, I started to see some things that were very much a concern. And you're probably saying, Kimberly, let me see your transcript. Why should we care about Zaza Ali? Well, I'm going to show you a clip from a YouTuber. He made a very, very good, poignant assessment of people who are in, just like the pimp preachers, there are pimps in the Black conscious community. And they appear to be one thing to you, but in actuality, they're just trying to get your money. Thank you. So let me go ahead and share my screen and let you hear from, this is mine.
Retreat.
Okay. So this is Sean, I want to say his name is Sean Davis.
Retreat. And when I take a critical look.
Okay. And he has a website called, take that down. His title really caught my eye. And it was basically him explaining that in the Black consciousness community, sometimes called the Hotep community, they don't like that word, but I don't know what other word to explain what they're doing. Sometimes, maybe I should call it Hotep. They're just faking to be black consciousness so they can just get our money. So Sean brought up a very good point that I want you to keep this in your mind throughout what I'm talking about her. Because at first I thought like, oh, he's being harsh. She's not like this. And then after I watched one video, read one more article, read more article, I was like, oh, sis, this ain't about you. It's true. Okay, so let me let y'all listen to what Sean says.
Look at this Zaza Ali. She is just another in line of these pro-black, back to Africa, red, black, and green Negroes out here who runs these race hustles in the hopes of exploiting their own people. Because when it comes down to many of these pro-black, back to Africa, red, black, and green Negroes, they've always got some sort of product they're trying to sell the Negro, and they always try to find a way to shame the Negro into buying their product, or they try to sell the Negro on buying their product in the hopes of making them more self aware or more aware of their so called blackness. And because many of these Afro American Negroes out here are spellbound and want to fit into this black box that gets them white acceptance, they buy into the rhetoric of the pro black, back to Africa, red, black, and green Negro, and will give them money for a product sight unseen. And when I take a further critical examination of this Zaza Ali, she is running the same hustle that former YouTuber Tanya TKO ran a couple of years ago. Now,
Okay. All right. So in when I first heard him say this, I was like, this is harsh. But then I thought about it. I said, well, think about the four people that I've already did one on. They're this pro-black hustler type, basically telling us about being black and conscious, and they're trying to sell us something, but they're really just trying to take our money. And I was like, yeah, that's Samuel Johnson. Yeah, that's Jay Morrison. Yeah, that's Grim Mexican. That's what she is. I was like, So, but let's look at who this Zaza Ali is, because like on the surface, I'm just looking at her like, oh, she's very beautiful, she's very talented. Um, she looks like one of my cousins. But then we get into some more information about her, and in this case, I want you to listen to what uh, Zaza says about. Well, this is what another YouTuber named Ja Rules, not the Ja Rule, but another guy. He does exposés on scammers too. He brought up a really good point about her.
But he's
Okay, so I want you to listen to what he has to say. That's her with no makeup on. Okay, go back a little bit.
what I think the bitch would start to get on my nerves, and I would.
Okay, hold on.
She recently, Zaza Ali. Her real name is Ginger Daniels. She's a yoga enthusiast and a spiritual guru. She's 41 years old. Biracial, if you can't tell. She's racially conscious, or she claims to be. She was convicted of real estate fraud. I think the year was 2002. And she rolled over on some people, meaning she told and didn't have to do as much time as she originally intended on doing. Um, if you don't believe me, go back and you can look all this stuff up if you want to. I don't say waste your time being smart about it, because anytime you're told anything, you gotta check the sources. And we all know the saying: believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. So you're gonna, if you're smart, you're gonna go back and verify this stuff, and it's there. She recently scammed a woman out of about no scammed a
Okay, so this is just one, YouTuber. He's just like, hey, she's a scammer, she's a spiritualist, she's a yoga instructor, you know. So it sounds like, oh, okay, she's very serious. Why would she be scamming people? Why is your name Zaza Ali? And your name was Ginger Jones, Mr. Franklin. Okay, so let's listen to what Zaza says about herself. And she tells you in her own story what she's all about. And the videos that I chose them strategically because I wanted to uh,
and to try to figure out who we.
okay, so sorry, you gotta go back. So this is her at a this is another YouTuber, Doggy Diamonds TV, and he was actually at this video. By the way, the first couple of videos that I'm showing, this is from 4 to 5 years ago when all this information that I first went back about Zaza Ali. Um, hey, Stephanie Collins, glad you can make it. Hey, understanding you got a wrench now, girl. You see that? You blue. You blue, girl. Okay, so I kept trying to figure out like, why is this man talking so two men so harsh? The black feminist I am. I'm just like, wait a minute, these men talk kind of harsh about a sister. Maybe she's not what she seems. You know, maybe she not like me. She ex who likes to cuss and tell you what's on her mind, and she don't care. Maybe we got the wrong thing about her. So here is she, Zaza Ali, telling you a little bit about herself. Okay, so Zaza Ali, this is her 4 years ago at a bookstore in Brooklyn. Her and another pro-black conscious I don't know if it was her partner, like romantic or just business, or it could be a combination of both, named Professor Griff, who is from the groundbreaking group, hip hop group, legendary hip hop group, Public Enemy. And so her and him kind of like had this like radio podcast, pro black radio podcast called Black Matters. And so this is and in the recording she keeps referencing him because he's there in the room as well as his daughter, and they're doing this tour of all these different pro black conscious places on the East Coast, and she's talking about her book. So she's actually the author of 2 books, and let's see, it's in her store. It is called Black Matters Volume 1, The Scientific Intervention in Our Affairs, Eugenics, Vaccines, Crack Cocaine, Chemtrails, and Organ Trafficking. Then there's Black Matters Volume 2, Plagues of Dysfunction, The Condition of Black Women in America, including but not limited to, it's a long title, Black Girl Loves, Black Hair, Feminism, the Worship of Sports Culture, Hollywood People of Sport and Play, The Black Man, and much more. So it's a long title. So basically it's Black Matters Volume 1, and then there's Black Matters Volume 2. So she's doing this pro-black consciousness thing. They're interviewing, her and Professor Griff are interviewing people. They're going on these different events, and they're talking about what in the black community should we be doing to better ourselves. Okay, sounds kind of familiar in some of the other people that I've talked about. Well, somewhere along 2016, 2017, her and Professor Griff kind of like fall out. Thank you, Life is Lay. They fall out. Professor Griff really doesn't do a whole bunch of talking about what would happen, and later on he expounds more. Zaza Ali really doesn't expound like why they're not working together anymore, but she's showing up on Dr. Boyce Watkins' podcast. And Dr. Boyce Watkins is always like, oh, everyone is my friend. I get along with everybody. Y'all can have y'all disagreements, but basically he's trying to play the friend of all. Okay. However, in my investigation, I keep reading articles, I keep reading videos, and everyone has a different angle. And I'm just like, okay, I don't understand why they're upset. Well, it seems Zaza past came to haunt her. Like you just said, she was raised, her dad is black, her mom is white. Her dad got custody. She's from Oakland. He put her in an African-centered school. Okay. However, her dad left her with a crackhead, and he ended up going through foster care. And when she was 25 years old, she was pregnant, found herself pregnant. And so she doesn't tell you what happened after that. She just starts talking in the video about what Black people should do in the community, or how we should be doing things better, So, and also this is a part of this is the reason why she also, I think, initially is going to fall out with Professor Griff because her past starts to reflect on their working and their personal relationship. Okay, so let me give you another video. Okay, and this time, what starts off this problems with Professor Griff is something that is when Zaza Ali makes comments about Tariq Nasheed. And Zaza Ali, one of her things is that, the feminine always balances off the masculine balances off the feminine. And so she saw some products or books or videos that Tariq Nasheed did back in the 90s about being a Mac, some videos, and then all of a sudden she just started saying like, "Oh, this is horrible. This is the depiction of the black woman. It's just horrible. This is not helping us. This is just being anti-woman. We shouldn't be listening to you." So Tariq Nasheed, his followers, let him know what she said, and then Tariq Nasheed basically comes out and says, "You know what? Professor Griff, I like you. We get along. You've been on my show before. You know what I'm about." Remember, Tariq Nasheed has Tariq Radio. And so now Tariq Nasheed is not into the Mackin stuff anymore. He's into Hidden Colors. He has these pro-black conscious people on his radio show. So he's trying to figure out, why is Professor Griff's friend or woman, business partner, coming for him. And that's when he reveals some information about Zaza Ali. Okay? So let's go here. Okay. Now, just letting y'all know, I am not the biggest fan of Tariq Nasheed, but since Tariq Nasheed and a lot of the people that I'm talking about are kind of like in the same circles, or like there's like 6 degrees of separation, what he says about her is actually truthful. And that leads to a domino effect. Because other people are like, some people are like, "I always thought something was off about her." And they're like, "Oh." And so this actually begins a beef actually between Zaza Ali and Tariq Nasheed. But it starts to affect her relationship with Professor Griff. Okay, so let me show you, click on what Tariq Nasheed. So Tariq Nasheed is basically says, and I think Zaza Ali made a really big Facebook post about him. And so he said he didn't read it, but I think he did. But his followers sent him the information. So he basically says, I always thought that something was wrong with Zaza Ali. She just seems shady. She seems trickerish. And for Tariq Nasheed, he feels like, "Oh, I can always spot the type." So he says, "Hey, I know people from the Bay, San Francisco Bay, California, and they've heard about her. And they told me some information." And it's when he drops this little gem. Well, not a gem, but,
A lot of love in the Bay. Y'all know I keep it 100. I'm not no janky nigga. I ain't no bullshit artist. I keep it 100. And I got a couple of hits from the Bay. A couple of people hit me from the Bay who knows Zaza. They telling me shit. Now, from what I understand, allegedly, Zaza got some criminal cases going on up there in the Bay. Mm-hmm. Zaza's name is Ginger Daniels. Mm-hmm. People from the Bay, from the town, shout out to the town. Know a lot of hustlers in the town, but the niggas are hitting me up heavy. Y'all got to understand, man, this conscious movement is real small. So y'all, a lot of cats in the so-called conscious movement, which I'm not a part of, by the way. I don't really fuck with some of these so-called conscious cats, but that conscious movement thing is real small, fam. So a lot of times people kind of hype each other up and bullshit each other and make shit seem like it's hotter than what it is. But I fuck with a whole different crowd. And that crowd I fuck with is a little more real than that. And I'm getting reports from the Bay that Ginger Daniel, Zaza Ali, got indicted on some fraud shit up there, some legal fraud shit. I don't want to go too deep in that because, it's just, come on, man. Y'all don't come for me, man. Don't do that. I'm not roasting anybody. We're just talking facts. Let's sharpen swords. We sharpening swords, brother. Like my man Griff said, we sharpening swords. So if we got to call stuff out, you want to call out my book cover? Well, let's call out people who are allegedly getting indicted for fraud out here talking about they're going to be schooling people in their conscience and all that, and they're going to be on this self-righteous
Tell him
shit.
Miller, he
where
ain't
they want to check
gossiping.
people,
He's telling the truth.
and you out here doing allegedly
Are you
getting into fraudulent activities and getting legally caught up. I'm not going in on nobody. This is real talk right now. And I got several more emails from. I'm not here to embarrass nobody, man. I'm not here to embarrass nobody, dude. But for some reason, what's up, Ola? But for some reason, man, y'all know how I get down. Y'all listen to my show. Y'all know how I get down, man. When folks come at me, that's not. It never turns out good, man. It never turns out good for the folks who come at me because I got a different spirit, and my spirit is real. So when y'all try to create a false narrative talking about pimping and macking, pimping and macking, pimping and macking, trying to create a false narrative as if I'm exploiting anybody. And
okay. And that was why Zaza Ali went after him, because she went off of what he did back in the 90s, pimping and macking videos and books, but that's not what he does now. And so he was like, okay, everybody knows what I did back in the day. Hey, I even have a criminal past. I've never told nobody I didn't. But you over here got a whole fraud charge, and now you over here being self-righteous and stuff and trying to pimp us to about this be this big holier than thou person. You know, think about someone who was a sinner back in the day. Now they're saved and in the church want to tell you about you living right. And so that's what he's upset about. So I'm thinking like, oh, Tariq Nasheed, like someone said, oh, he gossiping. Guess what I know? He's not gossiping. Her real name is Ginger Daniels. And I just put in the chat, here you go. That's her biography from the newgrowthhair.com. It has her real name in there. Okay. So after this goes on, I'm just trying to like verify sources like, okay, where did he get his information from? Okay. You know what I mean? Verify, gotta find out. So let's go down here. And this man, right, what is it? His name is Keyboard Musician. And Keyboard Musician on his video, excuse me, I shouldn't say video. Let me see if I can make that bigger. Okay. That's his video. In his video, let me make it bigger for y'all. He shows us, he has scanned her case. She got a case, ladies and gentlemen. He was not lying. Tariq Nasheed was not lying. The understanding. I think you're thinking about a fraternity or a sorority. You cross over. So this is actually her case called United States versus Daniels. And this is him. He got a copy of her. When you watch his video, he has a copy of her case. Okay. So he doesn't explain her case as much. He gives more commentary, but he does have this scrolling on his page when this is happening. And so, but I went to shout out to Anti-Afro Svengalis. She goes into more detail about her case.
Watkins.
And actually has hold on.
Watkins.
Okay. And actually has the background information that we can later expound upon. And so this is shout out to Anti-Afro Svengali. This is one of her, even though most people know her for doing Umar Johnson videos, she also has done on other people in the Black conscious community who are not doing some honest things. And so this one, it says, on May 10th, 2011, a jury convicted defendant Ginger Daniels, 1 count of conspiracy to commit mail or bank fraud, 1 count of mail fraud, and 3 counts of bank fraud. These charges were based on allegations that Miss Daniels conspired with Rocky Garza and others to prepare and submit fraudulent financial documents such as pay stubs and W 2 statements to mortgage lenders, including Wells Fargo, WMC Mortgage and Country Savings Bank. Miss Daniels defended against the charge, arguing that the false documents were not material to the lenders. Yes, her real name is Ginger. Ginger. I mean, and like I said, this is the little biography, which does talk in some more detail about her. So basically, when she found herself pregnant, she needed a job. Um, she did have a high school diploma. She ends up, but I'm trying to figure out, does she even have a college degree? Somehow she ends up working for this real estate guy, probably Rocky Garza. She's working in the office. She's making good money, but the man kind of like teaches her the wrong way of making money. So the article made it seem like she was just this innocent person that got caught up in the system. But I'm just thinking like, okay, I understand you're 25 and you're pregnant, but you're not 18 or 16. So yeah, we're hearing why she stopped. So she gets into luckily for her, she had no priors. So it was like 17 people in the group, and all of them got time. There's a lot of people in the conscious community that wants to say, "Oh, she is she snitched on somebody. She's in witness protection. Oh, she still owes money." No, the plain simple thing is she did not have no priors. So they gave her 18 months house arrest. By the way, realize this is a white collar crime, white collar felony crime, but it's a white collar crime. So the other people probably got more time than she did, or the same amount. So somewhere in between 2011, when she gets charged, and I guess you come to 2013, I guess she no longer is Ginger Daniels anymore. She somehow is Zaza Ali. She's gone back to the roots that she learned in from, being in Oakland and being, going to the African centered schools and everything. And so like she has kind of like stop life of life. She has what do you call it? Remolded herself, transformed herself into somebody new, and somehow she has hooked. I still don't understand how she hooked up with Professor Griff. I'm still not getting that part. But somewhere in there, 2011, well, I'm gonna say 2013, when her sentence is finished, because it means she can go to another state or something. So 2013 to 2015, or maybe even 2016, were her, because 2016, her and Professor Griff kind of like break up or fall out. She's somehow partnered with him doing these little Black Matters podcasts, radio shows, interviews, and doing these tours and stuff. So that's so basically if she had, to be honest, it looks like if she had never threw shade at Tariq Nasheed, nobody would have brought up Ginger Daniels. Like, I mean, he probably would have thought like, oh, something's wrong about her. She's shiesty. But as long as she didn't come for him, well, he came for him, and she just threw that little tidbit out there, and it was just like a snowball effect. Okay. So, let me see. This is the next video. Because actually, probably comes up with some really good information in the next. Because some people are still trying to.
Anti-Afro Svengalis. Obviously, I'm not done posting on.
Okay.
And before I post any more videos, I wanted to make sure that the people that at least come to this channel, we get on the same page when it comes to facts. Whether or not people want to agree or disagree with any aspect of.
Okay. So for this one, because some people are still like, oh, it's a conspiracy. She rolled over, she snitched on everybody in the group, and they're like, oh, and it's like, no, it was 17 of them. She didn't have no priors, or at least no priors that was going to make her have a longer sentence. Plus the fact that, she was probably a single mom. She probably got a lawyer to say, hey, look at her. And she got 18 months house arrest. She probably had to go like pee in a cup once a month, to go see a probation officer once a month. They probably was checking her anklet or whatever. So, understanding, but understanding, you have to also understand this also. This is a white collar crime. A white collar crime. This ain't like you had a shotgun and you went into a grocery store and you pointed the gun at the owner and said, "Give me all the money in the register," and then left. Because hey, that's aggravated robbery. You're gonna get some couple of decades for that. Okay. Now I don't know who. Maybe we need to examine her court case maybe next week or something. But they got her on one count of conspiracy to commit mail or bank fraud, one count of mail fraud, and 3 counts of bank fraud. And so she also asked for a new trial. It got denied. And so it says the government, make it bigger, alleges that the defendant, together with others, engaged in a scheme to defraud lenders by submitting and causing to be submitted false and fraudulent information on mortgage loan applications and supporting documentation such as inflated income and false employment information, which materially misstated or omitted material facts. So remember, she was working for a realtor or a real estate company. She is trying to sell houses, and to get the people to buy it, she is not really putting the correct information on there. This is what I'm going to hypothesize. Yes, I said hypothesize. I'm going to use my critical thinking skills. This is what I think happened. I think because probably she was not the owner of She's not the owner of this establishment. She's the worker. She's just someone in the office. There probably are bigger fish to fry. So I don't know. If there was no deal made, whoever was her lawyer, if she had some money that she saved up, maybe she got a good lawyer to say, hey, I just made coffee. I just made copies. I was just doing what the boss man told me to do. Maybe she did roll on one of them. I don't know. So she gets 18 months. I don't know if she got a fine or not. I don't know if she got that or anything like that. So but understanding that lady right there, she's seen as the mastermind who orchestrated everything. Ginger Daniels, aka Zaza Ali, was not the person who set everything up. She's just somebody else in the office who either may or may not know that what she was doing was not correct. I think she told it on. She told it on somebody to get 18 months. If she didn't say nothing, she probably gave him a piece of paper that said, "Look, this is what they told me to do. This is what they told me to do." So she so even before we get into her problems with Professor Griff and her financial issue with him, and then her other financial issues with someone else, with another group of people, it's like, oh, you got kind of a shady past this. You over here trying to say y'all self-righteous. Now the problem is, anti-Afro Svengalis does say in her video, she doesn't think that she snitched. She thinks that it's 17 people in this group. She did get some time, But you know how it is in the Black conscious community, or even in the Black community. Someone says, "Oh, they got it because they snitched." Well, and that leads to other conspiracy theories that really don't go anywhere. We got to keep our eyes in the federal system. And you give points at it if you don't debrief. What is debrief? What does that mean? I worked in mortgages 15 years. She told on everybody to get a deal like that, and she helped set them up. Did she set? But then this is the thing, though. What if they all? What if everybody but the top two people told, and they gave them all house arrest, depending on what they did? Like if I let's put it like a thing. Let's say 100 of those. Okay, so her thing was she had one conspiracy and one mail fraud and three. What was the other three? And that's all she did. But other people had more. You know, shouldn't they get more time? My thing is this: whether you snitch, you did snitch. You was in there frauding them people. You were frauding them banks. On period. What did they say? What did the city girls say? On period, I'm snitching. Because you are danger to society. You trying to turn over this country? Black folks already got enough problems with the people who are in power. We just gonna let somebody else just come up in here and do away with the stuff that we already know about for you because you don't like the election result? Oh hell no! Oh, by the way, that was not Chuck Norris at the Capitol. That was a lookalike. I got a letter that said it was false information. So we'll talk about that later. Yeah. So, but I kept trying to figure out. I called my friend and I texted her. I said, "Hey, because she was really into like the Black conscious community, like back in this time period. She's saved and sanctified now. So, but I said, hey, did Zaza Ali and Professor Griff were they dating or were they working together? What were they doing?" And she said, yeah, they were dating and they worked together. That's all my friend said because she had to go to work. So, and so I was like, okay, that was like a one word thing. I said, well, it tells me something. But I kept trying to figure out, okay, but how did they break up? Was it just Tariq because Tariq told on her? You know? Oh, we all will. We all will. You know what I can do with 50K? Get my aunt's roof fixed. Get the pipe, the plumbing together. I'm saying. The same. Maybe take her to the casino. It's like casino. I'm just saying. So, okay, let's get back to this. So, I was trying to figure out, I'm like, I said, I'm reading articles. I'm going down this rabbit hole of who is this Zaza Ali lady. So I'm trying to figure out. So I come across this man named Mac City Limits
Culture.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I'm like, this is a.
So he talks about.
Be optimistic about.
He talks about the Professor Griff Zaza Ali beef, because so they split up around the same time that that she's beefing with Tariq Nasheed. They go their separate ways. He doesn't really talk about it. She doesn't really talk about it. But eventually, she's going to talk about it, and then he's going to tell what really, well, his standpoint, what really happened. Okay, but this other guy, Mac, he gives a really good perspective from someone just kind of like looking outside and looking in.
People to try and do book deals and
Okay.
up.
Okay.
With this person in the community. She's beefing with that person. She's always beefing with some other male in the conscious. You know, she's got a record a long time ago. Man, I should have gone on the record a long time ago. You know, but you know,
what happened? What happened in that bitch? I know she's gone, but why did she leave? You know?
Well, no, Griff is not really saying too much about why the split is, man. Basically, he's just saying, you know, she's got a lot of man hate in her, and every time he looks up, she's beefing, you know, with this person in the community. She's beefing with that person. She's always beefing with some other male in the conscious movement. You know what I mean? And he's just like, man, it's getting impossible to build anything and to do anything because I'm steadily getting all this blowback of Zaza Ali arguing and starting shit. You know what I mean?
Didn't I tell you, didn't I tell you they combative? The only woman they want to sit up and go toe-to-toe with their man?
Yeah.
Even in the pro-black community?
Yeah. And, you know, and then he was saying that she was doing some slick shit behind the scenes with money and trying to get shine off of his name without him knowing it. You know what I mean? She's calling up people to try and do book deals and lectures and all this sort of shit. That, you know, Griff introduced her to because, you know, he had all the connections. You know what I mean? And without
she used it.
She basically is using the nigga and shit. And everybody was trying to tell this nigga, right? Like, man, this bitch ain't for the right thing. This bitch using. But Griff, kind of like me, you know what I mean? Trying to, you know, be optimistic about it. He kept letting, you know, a lot of the shit he was hearing slide. You know what I mean? But it got to the point where once again, you know, if you let them slide, they start ice skating on your ass. So the more he kept letting shit slide, the more bold her fuckery was coming. You know what I mean? Once again, he's not really elaborating on specifics, but he just got to the point where he was like, okay, enough is enough. You know, and like I said, when I first seen him team up with this broad, man, I seen like a couple of videos and I heard a couple of podcasts they did. Immediately, I didn't like the bitch, man. Immediately, I didn't like the bitch. You know, my power senses was tingling. I'm like, this is a scandalous user ass bitch, man. I just got that vibe, man. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. What was you about to say?
Well, and also you also have to understand that, that's why I like being free of that pro-black conscious shit.
Right.
It's not that we're not for black people. See, when you get trapped off in the dogma of that pro-black shit, you start idealizing and romanticizing women.
Right.
And I think that was a lot of his problem too. Okay. Because he can't talk about all that black power. See how they paint you in a bag? You can't talk about all that black power shit and then have the nerve to criticize black women.
Exactly.
So he let a lot of shit slide because this is Griff from Public Enemy. This is the Minister of Information.
Right.
You know, this is the man that's all about sisters, and this is the man that black women are queens. You know, his philosophy painted him into the box.
Right.
So he couldn't come out and criticize her if he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so he got to drop that little shit. But you have that. You have a lot of those black women that are hustling. They're using that pro-black shit just like some of the niggas are, just like some of the niggas do. They're using that pro-black shit to hustle. They're using it to come up on. Now, I want to distinguish that between what I said in an earlier podcast, the leadership podcast. There's nothing wrong with you being fed by your morals and principles.
Right, exactly.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that. But when you're hustling and you're running over other people to do it, and that is not something you feel, you're not sincere about your beliefs, you're only using it to con people, that is a problem.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That is a problem.
Culture and color. Why can't niggas just grasp that shit?
Okay. So as you can see, there were besides Tariq Nasheed, there were people who were like, I knew something was off about her anyway, and now that they broke up, here she is talking to other people, trying to get gigs, trying to do her own lecture circuit, using her relationship with Professor Griff, who she no longer is working with. And so after a while, the people that she was going to get these deals, and also in some cases to borrow money, and it has been implied also that she owes money to Professor Griff. Uh, so he finally, she goes on voice walkings, and he asked her like, "Hey, what's going on? Why are these people saying these stuff about you? Why are they saying that you're this, you're this scammer, yet you can't get along with you? Why are they saying these things?" Well, you know how voice walkings is. He asked her this random question, which it really shouldn't have been a straightforward question. She didn't give a straightforward answer. She basically said, "Well, the reason why this is happening to me, because you got the negative energy, feminine energy, and that masculine feminine energy, and they're just all converging and are affecting me." And I was just like, "What?" And when I heard it, I was like, I can't listen to her. I can't listen to her because I felt like she was trying to hypnotize me. Like, I forgot what the question was. I was like, negative feminine energy, masculine feminine energy, that conversion on you. I'm like, that didn't had nothing to do with what they was doing. So finally, I found this. Finally found. I was looking for Professor Griff. I was like, there has to be Professor Griff out there. Has to have a video, a tape, or something where he explains why he's not dealing with Zaza Ali no more. So I found this one. Okay. Okay. So let's go there. Um, and mind you, remember, her and Professor Griff are no longer friends.
I was like, and balance it out with that masculine enemy. And I'm just saying this from a man's perspective. You know, the thing that probably angers me right now the most, and I really want her to notice, you don't go among the same people I introduced you to, and then you go, now that we don't deal with one another, you go back behind my back and you call them same people to do lectures with. No, there's a code that we live by. You don't do that. You don't turn around and go to the elders and use my name to get money. That's some fraudulent shit. You don't do that. You understand what I'm saying? If you are going to do your own thing, then do your own thing. Leave my name out of it. Leave my name out your mouth. Leave my name off your platform. Go build your platform. I built mine. Even after I got called a fucking sucker on Facebook, I still, behind the scenes, I still made some moves so that she could be successful. You understand what I'm saying? I don't ever want to deal with someone like her. I don't like the whole sociopathic mentality. I don't like the psychopathic mentality. I don't like the lesbian kind of vibe. I don't like that shit, man. The only thing I got personal now is she owed me money and I want my money. What I got personal now is stop using my name to get money from people. How you gonna go use my name to get money from someone else? And then that someone else call me. I'm like, whoa. This ain't no fucking scam I'm running. What are you talking about? Well, so-and-so said so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, and they got money from me. I'm gonna hold the fuck up. Don't be getting money in my motherfucking name. I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. So to the people out there that this sister may have mentioned your name, nah, don't, fuck that, man. Don't mention my motherfucking name getting money from people. But come on, sis. You really coming across like the fraud that they call.
Okay. Alrighty then. That's Professor Griff in his own words. Oh Lord. Mm. Zaza. Just sis. Okay, so hey to those of you who just came in, please you can become a member of the channel. I do give an extra live to members only. They're members only videos they have access to if you become a member of the channel or if you become a member of my Buy Me a Coffee. I also have merchandise. You get $3 off merchandise in my Teespring store. And oh Lord. Y'all don't understand, like this is my second time hearing it, and I'm still like, it's heavy. It's like, I can't believe someone did this. And I'm just like, and then when I watched the Michi X made videos, criticizing her, I'm just like, oh, Michi she's being Michi. She just complaining about everybody. But then when I hear from the other people, it's like, oh, Michi's right. Michi's right. You know? He said he grilled her like a hot dog on a summer day in the park. Yeah. So not only is she going behind other people to get lectures and gigs and stuff, she already owes him money. It's like, dude, you still got money problems? Money problems. Yes. All right. So let's go to someone else we gotta listen to. But this is not Zaza's last time having a money issue. So she's had the fraud in the past. She did her time. Now she owed Professor Griff money. Then she get money from people that he worked with. Then she starts having her own events, and it seems that she's still scamming. She's still not delivering. Kind of like what Sean James said earlier. Is that she's just pro-black. She's a stereotypical pro-black conscious scammer who is trying to sell you something, but it's just trying to take your money. You're not really getting anything in advance. So this is actually from uh, actually a news.
Not.
This is actually uh, a news. Sorry, I keep hearing Roxanne. Finish your statement. Finish your statement. This is an actual news broadcast because her next victims, she scammed them out of money. They were trying to get their money back. They actually went to people in the Black consciousness community, but those people wouldn't help them or basically said, you need to give us money to help you get the rest of your money back. So they were not getting in. Plus, Zaza Ali was not calling them back, emailing them back about getting their money back. Yeah, and that's what Anti-African Gali said, that she's based. He called Anti-African Gali called Zaza Ali Dr. Umar Watkins. Yeah. PayPal. Yeah. Vegan Bliss. This is what I'm about to talk about next. Thank you. This is what I'm talk about next. You might have to go watch the replay because there's some other scams she did before she did this one. Okay. So let's look at the news broadcast.
In the minds of several people tonight, they paid thousands of dollars for an out-of-town retreat.
The organizer canceling the event and initially keeping the cash. Now, the victims contacting Better Call Harry for spiritual and financial healing.
Zaza Ali is an author who promotes healing and transformation.
Peace. How y'all doing? This is Zaza Ali.
Website gives a glimpse into her mind.
My life goal, which is to raise the consciousness of this planet.
She's on YouTube talking about all kinds of stuff. And she travels the nation, speaking at events and retreats.
According to her Instagram page, she's a truth seeker.
Alicia Burrows heard Zaza speak and has been following her ever since.
for years I've been following her, and I just, not necessarily agree with everything she says, but a lot of things that she says speaks to me.
Earlier this year, she signed up for this sold-out women's weekend retreat in Sedona, Arizona. Alicia booked the trip for her and her daughter. She paid $2,998. But one day before the trip, Alicia got a call from Zaza's assistant. The trip was canceled. Via email, Zaza claimed she'd been in an accident. But when we contacted the hotel, the sales director confirmed that they canceled the event 1 month earlier because they hadn't been paid.
That's the thing. You had 30 days to give us whatever story you were going to give us. You had 30 days to say, I'm not going to be able to do it. Something came up.
And her gut told her she wasn't alone. She's connected with 5 others who were also waiting for promised refunds. Hope Owens Henry paid $14.99.
I want to know why. Like, just why? I don't even really want to know why. Give me my money back.
By phone, Zaza told us she's dealing with financial issues. However,
At this point, you're thinking that all these people who are owed refunds are getting refunds?
Everybody's getting a refund. There's no question about that.
that night, Hope got a PayPal refund. Yay! And then it was declined.
Your email stated that you're waiting on vendors to pay you. What vendors?
We went to Zaza's business address to get answers, but it was just where she gets her mail. Then we went to her last known address. You know how most reporters bang on doors? Not this guy.
Why aren't you knocking? What are you doing? I'm communicating. Maybe she can sense that I'm here.
The very next day, Alicia and Hope got refunds. And in a statement, Zaza says that as of Thursday, she's reimbursed everyone, totaling nearly $15,000. Together, we meditated. With a refund in hand, Alicia's inner spirit is at peace. She considers herself one lucky soul. In an email to Alicia, Zaza writes, "Now go tell that reporter and whoever else you ran your mouth to online." Late this afternoon, Zaza emailed me. She says the refunds were all processed within 60 days, a normal course of business, and she says that not one dime was paid because of our intervention. I'm Better Call Harry. The best way.
Okay, sis. They Better Call Harry. If this was Houston, they would call that guy on Channel 11 that always does an investigative reports on her. Like, do you? But this is the thing, Victory Girl. Being that Professor Griff is pro-black consciousness, is he going to go to the white media to get his money back from another pro-black scammer, especially a woman? Think about it for a minute. You are Professor Griff of the legendary group Public Enemy. Are you going to call the white man on this black woman who owes you money? Think about it for a minute. Now, according to Svengalis, what he should do, he's going to have to sue her in court. But is he going to do that? Oh she still, but she was actually absent for a while though. Because this whole thing right here, this issue right here happened in 2018. She's only been back on YouTube since 2019. So for a whole year, you couldn't find her. She's nowhere to be seen. Okay. So then after Better Call Harry, I want y'all to see this.
Is evolving around.
Okay. So I want to show you, Svengalis has clips of other women trying to get their money from Zaza Ali, but they're having problems. So like the other 5 women went to the reporter, but they tried other stuff before they went there. And I want you to hear what they had to go through. Because Zaza was not answering them emails.
Sorry for me. No apology.
Then collecting those people money, knowing that that trip wasn't gonna happen. And then so she just said something like that. She could have reached out to other hotels in the area. The day I heard that she had an accident, I think it's gonna happen. And then so she just said something like that. She could have reached out to other hotels in the area.
But then say the accident to make it look like, you know.
Dude, the day I heard that she had an accident, I think about this. She collected $50,000.
Everything is evolving around feel sorry for me. No apology, no admission of guilt. Everything's everybody else's fault, and I'm the victim. That has been the consistent
good question,
thing that we have
where'd
seen.
she get the money to pay him back?
She made. So she made this on December 16th, a couple of days ago. And I want you to listen very closely to this, right?
Okay, so this is the part I wanted to show y'all. This is an actual statement from Zaza concerning this whole matter. And look at how she makes it seem like this was just an error. Y'all are not giving me time to deal with this mistake. Y'all went and got the white man on me. How dare you? Okay. So just listen to this, okay?
Okay, 12, 16, 18. Thank you to those that have sent love and positive energy in recent days. In the last couple of weeks, I've been attacked, vilified, lied on, and slandered in the most violent, despicable ways due to a business transaction that didn't turn out the way I planned. As a small business owner, I acknowledge my missteps and take full accountability to those I am responsible to. I've taken every measure to rectify this matter and fully compensate all involved. That said, I find it interesting that the same media who was guilty of framing and destroying the Black collective yesterday has now become a resource in proving my guilt. There are people in this so-called conscious community working diligently to turn others against me. They will be exposed when the time comes. My current mindset is to be still. In observation of the community I've spent my life trying to serve. The people who call themselves my friend, those who reached out, those who haven't, YouTube commentators, trolls, haters, parasites, and vultures. I give thanks to my people who I've never had to explain a word to, that know my heart and intent. This is not my first or second time experiencing this level of scrutiny. My heart is broken, as I know now for sure, there is no explanation that I can give or have ever given that will be good enough. Chin up, face forward, mind clear, focus more direct than ever. Thank God for the painful yet necessary lessons. I might bend, but I will never break. Zaza Ali. Ms. Hope that was on here, she got the e-check, but then it bounced, but then she eventually got her refund. And then there were some partial refunds, but even the partial refunds were people who literally had to put the pressure on, like the one lady, her boyfriend actually went into a live stream of Zaza's and basically was like, you know, where's my money? Where's the money? You know, we need to do a refund. And that refund was given immediately.
You said one of the girls' boyfriend pulled up on her?
Yeah, he pulled up in her live stream. He came to her chat room and he started talking about it because, you know, pretty much everybody's been doing it behind closed doors, which is, you know, why people are now wanting to come onto YouTube to talk about it, because she's been the only voice on the outside and people have been behind the scenes.
Okay, y'all. Do y'all see? Hold on, I'm trying to show y'all on here. So remember, in the video with Let's Get Him Harry, was his name Let's Get Him Harry or Henry? He got 5 of the ladies got their money back. That was 15 grand. But remember, on the next video I'm going to show you, it's a video that she actually deleted from the web, but somebody got it. She basically said it was supposed to be 50 people going. So if each of them were going, it's 3 times 50 is $150,000, right? But only 15,000 got them back. So here it says, some of the women got their money, but only after they basically kind of like had to harass her, go in her chat, say, "Where's my money?" Or they have to keep emailing her. And in one case, they had to go to a white reporter and then get their money. And they say some are still having to take her to court. So even though she told the reporter, like, let those people know I gave them their money back, everyone didn't get their money. Look at the screen, y'all. Let's look at the screen. Just look at the screen. And then they get attacked because they're asking for their money back. And like narcissist, she sees herself as the victim. No. You have to understand. Okay. She did her time. It's over with. She's not gonna write a bank. She's not gonna actually write. Okay, it's her own check though. And is she going by her name or Zaza Ali? Is she going by Ginger Daniels or Zaza Ali? So, and also a lot of the refunds were through PayPal. You don't need to write a check for that. But in some cases, it was getting declined. So. I want to show y'all this one. This one is actually another YouTuber.
They're all color crayon.
Okay, so this YouTuber, he just let you know, this is a video that Zaza Ali, while this was all happening, she was trying to basically say that this is like, I guess, an apology video, right? But I couldn't find it. I even went to Michi X's video where she actually gave commentary about Zaza Ali's video, and then I kept trying to find the video. Like, where is the video? Even Afro Svengalis mentioned the video, that she made a video where she was crying and where she was saying, calling people expendables, or y'all are peons working for me. Exactly, Jacqueline Vine. She is not the victim. She is a scammer. Yeah. So this YouTuber, which I thought was a very cute way of doing this, he basically, I guess, I don't know if he screen recorded it or downloaded her video, and then he like changed the speed so her voice is gonna sound wacky, but it's her. And he added like these little emoji cartoon things on it. Okay. So I want to get to the part where she's like explaining what happened, and it still doesn't. She's very long-winded, and I just kept trying to say, "Oh, girl, will you please hurry up? I'm tired. I want you to get to the point." Okay. Yeah, there was some. Yeah, I don't know why he picked her son crying. I guess it was just for the comedic effect.
Will say about me, or who heard what she said or what he said or any of that shit. Social media does not run my life and deem myself a public personality. Y'all did. Sorry, I can't tell you how many emails I got. Well, actually, it wasn't a lot. Maybe about 5, somewhere 5, 10, somewhere around there. You just need to come forward publicly and apologize. To who? To the women that were a part of the retreat, I apologize to them directly. I got on the phone and talked to those women directly. So who am I publicly apologizing to? You, because you subscribe to my YouTube channel? That's not a reciprocal relationship. I'm giving. You're giving me nothing. You came, you paid $20 and came to see me speak somewhere and you're disappointed in me. This dude sent me an email yelling in all caps, I'm so disappointed in you. This is our problem. To my original point. You can take what I'm about to say and leave it alone. I don't care what anybody thinks about me at this point. And that's one of the blessings that has come out of this because I am a very sensitive person. So all of the people who came with my videos saying very disrespectful things, there's no code of conduct in the Black community. We talk to women however we want to. Never mind the fact that I'm a mother. That shit means nothing in the Black community. There's absolutely no code of conduct. Whether you agree with somebody or not, whether you think they were wrong or not, there should be a standard, a code on how you represent yourself on social media or not.
Like, ma'am, you
I'll
owe
get to all of that
these
in
people money.
a second,
What are you talking
video.
about? She's
So
a victim.
specifically about this trip, I'm doing this because of her, like I said, and she's a mother and she's got children and she just never deserved to be involved in any of this. This is a savage world and society that we live in. It disgusts me. And I'm really, really sorry that she had to get involved in this. And then I had a meeting a little more than a week ago, a sister who wanted me to be a part of something. She didn't know her name. I didn't know her name. But she was like, you could tell. She said something about the way I look, and she's like, you could just tell, like it was hatred. She's like, and of course, she still wanted to know
I'm
the
trying to get
situation.
to the part where she
But anyway,
explains the
let
math.
me get into that in the second video. So Sedona, Arizona, I had a retreat that originally was for 50 women. We ended up cutting it off at 45. So we capped it at 45. We were sold out. Over the course of six months, we had 12 cancellations. So we ended up with 33 actual participants that were supposed to be at the trip. We had 5 cancellations within the last month. So 2 days before the trip, I got into a car accident. I called the police, filed a police report. I felt okay. I had a little tingle, a little twitch in the back of my neck, but I didn't really think too much of it. I was on a high and excited about going to Sedona, one of the most beautiful places in the world, a place that I have a very fondness for. That Monday was my birthday, so it was just something that I had invested a lot of time and energy to. So I called, I had my car towed. Police came, gave me the police report number, whatever. I took an Uber back home. I called the sister that I was talking about before, let her know what happened. Actually, she didn't answer. I sent her a text message and said, this is the situation, but I'm fine. I'm going home. I'm going to go finish packing. I go home, finish packing, and I had a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of stuff that I was doing, a lot of, big suitcases I was carrying with gift baskets and whatnot. About 3:30 in the morning, I woke up and the back of my neck was on fire. I'm talking about like literally I could barely move, could barely sit up to get out of the bed. I called an Uber, went to the emergency room. The doctor told me, he said, you have whiplash, but he said, if you get on the flight, you run the potential of having severe nerve damage because of the takeoff and the landing process. Even when the doctor hadn't told me, I barely got out of the bed, okay? So I called her. She came to the hospital and picked me up. And I was basically, could barely get in and out of the car, okay? And I'm still in my mind trying to figure out a way to get this trip taken care of. She's like, you can't go. So we got to my house, and I was like, well, maybe we can still do the trip without me being there. No, that's not going to work because, number one, it's my name, it's my company, it's my reputation on the line. So I cannot move forward with this trip. I just can't. So I asked her to get on the phone and call everyone and let them know what happened to me. Now it's the day before. The car accident was 2 days prior. Now it's the day before. The very next morning. She picked me up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. She got on the phone. She called everybody. I intended on calling the hotel. I was heavily medicated, could barely move. So I said, I'm going to take a nap. When I wake up, I'll call the hotel and tell them.
Okay, so let's get all the things together. Okay, so I guess this is her trying to explain to us that she's not scamming. So she had a car accident. Okay, it was 50 people supposed to go. Then it was 45. Then we had 12 cancellations, was down to 33, and there was 5 more people, so it's 28. So 28 times 3 is $84,000. That's if everyone paid $3,000. That's $84,000. So she has a car accident, write a report. She think her neck okay, but the next thing her neck is not okay. Then she said, "Oh, I need to go call. I can still go." And I guess her friend or secretary said, "No, you can't go. Your neck is hurt." And then she called, says, "Oh, but I want to take a nap, and I'm gonna go, and I woke up. I'm gonna call the hotel." Yeah, I think this whole step. This is like a conscious women's conversion of Fire Festival. Sis, what you doing? What? Oh, girl. Okay. This.
What's going on? She came back to my house
No
and woke me up and let me know that there was like 4 or 5 women that were really, really pissed off that needed to talk, that I should probably talk to directly. Mind you, I'm in the bed, I'm medicated, I can barely move. I said, all right, fine, write their numbers down, give me the information, I'll call them. I called the hotel first. When I called the hotel, the lady that I had been working with had already been contacted by one of the females that was attending the trip, had been cursed out, had been threatened that if she wasn't able to come and get her room, that she was going to sue the hotel. Now, it should be common knowledge in business transactions. If you have an agreement, and a contractual agreement with me, if you pay your money to me, if somebody, a representative from my company contacts you and says, there's been an emergency, the trip has been canceled, it should be common knowledge that the vendor is not going to be able to assist you because the person who the contract is with is not going to be on site. So this is setting the tone of everything that is happening, that's going to happen from there. So I talked to her. She let me know what, was conveyed in the conversation. I let her know, look, this is my situation. It is what it is. I turned around and sent her an email to have it in writing so that I could make sure that I was protecting myself and mimicked what was said in the conversation. I got off the phone with her. I contacted the other women who, 2 of them were very vitriolic and upset. And I know which one it was that actually called the hotel. But, it is what it is. I can barely talk. I can barely speak. Whatever. This is the situation. Let them vent. Let them talk. Yes, you're going to get your refund back. Yes, I'm going to stick to the script of what was in our contractual agreement, et cetera, et cetera. And then that was the end of that. So over the course of that weekend, I was at home, disgusted out of my mind, first and foremost because...
And don't mistake my tears for crying. I mean, my tears for weakness.
It was a failure to me. I had planned and arranged and worked for 10 months, 11 months on this trip. No money, no pay. You know what I'm saying? No benefit outside of what was going to happen when the trip actually took place. I got women on the phone now talking to me crazy and disrespecting me. I got this woman from this hotel who's already been acting sideways, and I'm gonna get to that in just a second. About what was taking place. She's been threatened, so now she's talking to me about lawsuits and about the type of people that I'm accommodating in my business, and I need to be more careful, and that type of the shit white people say, you know what I'm saying, when they pivot from now it's a money situation to now, you know what I mean, it's an overseer situation. At first we were having a contractual agreement and business partners. Now you want to talk to me like you my mother.
Okay, y'all. I got to get off her. My remembrance was this: was in this and booked and paid for with me tonight. They were the same room tonight. Exactly, Stephanie Collins. Exactly, ma'am. Exactly. That's right here. So this is the thing. Remember what the other lady said. And by the way, the person who did this video, that's not how Zaza actually talks. Remember those of you who were here from the beginning, she don't talk like that. They sped it up or they changed the voice, changed the voice, and they added the little pictures. Because remember, Zaza deleted that video. She deleted that video and another video. And then when Michi X came in last year and criticized her for this new video, she was like, then she deleted those two as well. I can't even find the two from last year. The one right here is a copy from 2 years ago when this incident happened. The one from last year when she came back after the whole incident, she got criticized for it, and then she deleted those too. She's still on you. Zaza is still on YouTube. So basically, this is the thing. If I'm a person, I think she said Sedona, Stephanie Collins. If I'm paying the person, right? I'm paying Zaza Ali to book the retreat. So Zaza Ali should have given the hotel where the retreat is happening my name and my room number and my phone number. I actually took like 50 something kids on a school trip, and I had to pay for the hotels in advance or have the money when I arrived, and I assigned everyone their room. So I'm the person who has to set all of that up. I've planned, even though it was kids, and it was overnight. It wasn't like a retreat, but I knew enough to know, hey, I gotta call the place ahead of time, make sure we still got the place, tell them when we're arriving, tell them how many rooms I have. I got my list of where everyone is gonna go. And for a hotel, they're already putting in their computer, because they're dealing with adults. I'm dealing with children. So I'm just like, okay. But the hotel called the people who I guess she gave the names of and said, look, your thing is canceled the day before. And the people are like, well, why is it canceled? None of them said, oh, because the creator got into an accident. No, the people at the hotel said because we didn't get paid 30 days. Oh, they're like, oh, it's been closed for 30 days ago. So who lying? The hotel or Zaza? And this one just reminds me of Juanita Bynum and that minister from last year. And then she had the audacity to get mad at the people because they're calling her about getting a refund. Yeah, it's a group booking. Usually, and with a group booking, you get a discount. And usually you got to put a credit card down before, to reserve those rooms. So you mean to tell me you didn't have the place set up for these people to go, and then they still didn't get their money or half their money? So yeah, they canceled on you. Exactly. But this is the thing. When they went to her directly, she was avoiding them. When she went to the other pro-Black consciousness people, they're like, oh, well, we can help you, but we need a fee. That's our pro-Black conscious trying to help the black woman, the Black man. Well, I gotta pay you some money to get help. So there's a white man on TV say, hey, he'll go investigate some stuff and help you get your money back. And that's what the hell they did. I don't blame them. And what she is committing, just like some of the others on my list, committing affinity fraud. It's basically Black on Black crime. But Black people don't want to snitch or tell on other black people, but we do want our money back. So they went to all these different avenues, didn't get it. So what other choice they have? But now you get mad because they want their money back. Understanding you need the stuff. Oh Lord. And I'm gonna make this playlist available to you so y'all can listen to the whole thing. Because there's another video where she's like crying and everything. And Michi X, who by the way is biracial, just like Zaza Ali, except Michi X has a black mother and a white dad, and she thinks that Zaza Ali is using white supremacy to get what she wants or not to not be held responsible. She's using what they call the white girl tears and crying and saying, "Oh, they're just picking on me because I'm light skinned." She actually didn't say that. And I thought Miss X was lying until I saw the video, the little clip there where she was crying at, and I was like, "Oh Lord." Mm-mm-mm. What did Innocent say? So I want to see what I'm gonna show y'all what so this is from Keyboard Musician. He has something very, very important. Going back to him. And he talks about how Michi X, she basically went away, like all of 2019, all of 2018 to 2019, she was gone for a year. Then she pops back up. And in the midst of her popping back up, Keyboard Musician brings up a very, very good point. Why is she popping back up in 2019? And now it's 2021, 2020, then 2021. She's still here on the internet. Why is she back after a year of doing all the scamming?
I want you to hear me and hear me good. Ginger Daniels, aka Zaza Ali, is trying to resurface for one reason and one reason only. Because the money situation in her life is looking very grim. She has no choice. Make no mistake, if she had worked something out in some other way, there's no way that she would have returned to YouTube. There's no way that she would have returned and shown her face ever again. But everything that she tried up until this point, it didn't work. So she said, you know what? I got to come back. I got to cry on the video. I got to seem sincere because I have to get what little people that will follow me to give me what little money that they have because I have no choice. I have no choice. Now listen to me now. Everybody out there, listen to me. If you give this bitch any more money, you are the stupidest person that I've ever known in my life. You're just plain fucking stupid. She was caught red-handed. And see, a person, they seem sincere when they start crying and when they start, oh God, I can't believe people dragging my name. Listen, people out here are telling the truth. It's only dragging your name and wrong when it's not the truth. But everything that they have been saying is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with the exception of her being an FBI agent, I can't prove that. No one else really can. That's speculation. Okay.
Okay. All right. So keyboard musician brings up a very good point. He says, sorry, that's his little thing because he's talking. He has his pictures in there. He basically says, if she coming back because she don't have another choice but to come back because she needs money. She can't survive without being on YouTube, having followers, having, people who wanted to buy her stuff in her store on her channel, ZazaAli.com. So that's why she's back. And so he's saying, like, look, she's frauded people in the past. She frauded Professor Griff. She frauded these women going on this retreat. She's going to do it again. If you give her your money again, you're stupid. And I know it's a harsh thing to say. And that's really why I do these little these videos. What? They either want the hard-headed old followers. That's what she's looking for, the loyal followers. Like Umar Johnson says, the loyal followers. Or she's looking for new, fresh meat followers. And if a lot of scammers, they're always looking for the next one, the next person. Okay? Yes. And then sometimes they come back and scam, and then they switch the scam up to make it seem like it's something new. All right. So this is this is from Michi X. So Michi X actually brings up a very good point.
And so the things that I've said.
Okay. This is actually February of last year. This is Michi X. Hold on. She brings up a very, very good point. And just let you know, for you people who just really, really saved, it's gonna be some cursing. So if you two say, you might want to go now. All right. And this is Michi X. She has watched Zaza come back. I believe this video is February the 2nd. Zaza came back February the 1st. And she's no, I think it's the same day, February 2nd. Zaza has reappeared February the 2nd, back on these YouTube streets, and she's talking like as if the whole incident the previous year where she scammed on women or didn't pay them their money back didn't exist, And so Michi X, as outspoken she is, has a problem with that. Okay, and this is what she says.
Maybe I shouldn't come at the brother so hard. This is what we're asking them to do. We're not asking you to tell us all of your business, bitch. We're not asking you to motherfucking, abort your baby. We're not asking you to be in love with Rob. We're not be in love with Rob. We're not asking you to do any of that. We're asking you to take accountability for the fucking shit that you did that wasn't right. And maybe now you realize it's not right because of the situation you're in. So just fucking make amends for that. Right? Mm-hmm. This is what we're asking you to do. So this is the same thing with Zaza. Okay, let me say this about Zaza. Right? She claims to be this real spiritual woman. I want her to shut the fuck up and know you're not a spiritual woman at all, bitch. You better go back to your altar, right? There you go, Melanated Magic TV, right? You better go back to your altar. You better go get you some motherfucking crystals, and you better do a little bit of motherfucking work, okay? And let me tell you why she's not spiritual, this motherfucker. If you go watch this video, see, and this is what pissed me off. It ain't her comeback, and it ain't, oh, let me go make a video because Zaza finally brought her ass back. It was the way that she responded that is making me make a video. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have shit to say about this chick, her video, or her fucking event, right? But on her video, she is constantly calling everybody else peons, right? She's a queen. This bitch was like, look, this bitch was like, she said on her damn video, y'all go watch that shit, right? I don't give a fuck. Get that bitch some views. She needed, she back, right? She needs some goddamn views. Go get a bitch some views, right? She says that all the things that we said about her and everything that everybody did, that it served the queen. Y'all served the queen. Bitch, what you the queen of? Y'all done served the queen. I don't care. Thank you for everything. You peons served me, bitch. See, this is about being spiritual. Spiritual means being real about shit that's going on. And spiritual does not mean that you don't cuss. Spiritual doesn't mean that it means that you have balance. Bitch, I was sage my house listening to trap music in this motherfucker. Be real. That's what spirituality is, right? And so I get tired of these spiritual motherfuckers who want to be like, I'm up here on a big ass pedestal and you niggas are all beneath me. And then all of this, you can't cuss or you can't have hostility. Look at their energy. And people ain't.
Okay, so just to let you know, the video I showed you where the little cartoon characters were, that's the video where she called people peons. So just letting you know, if you want to go back for reference. And that's the video that Zaza Ali deleted, but that other YouTuber caught it before she deleted it. Okay, so this is the next one. So Zaza Ali, in that the video before kept saying like, oh, someone, I don't know her name, was criticizing me. She's talking about Michi X. And the thing is, I think also, which probably, I kind of feel like Michi X in a way used her good light skin privilege power, light skin privilege to check Zaza Ali, because Zaza Ali was trying to say, oh, you guys are picking on me because I'm light skinned. Well, guess what? I'm biracial. Well, guess what? Michi X is too. And she came for your ass and she was right. Okay? So let me show you what, so basically, Zaza Ali makes another video on February the 3rd in response to Michi X. Because Michi X called her out in this video. So here's, I'm going to show you Michi X's next video, where basically she says she's over there with the crocodile tears. She really don't mean what she say. I'm tired of her fake self.
Have balance. Bitch, I was sage my house listening.
Wait, is this? Did I give y'all the wrong one? Oh, this is it.
Yeah, right? She says that she is mixed. And the reason we are jealous of her is because she is a fucking mixed woman. I'm gonna let that marinate. You know how you put some shit on some meat and let it sit so when you cook it, it's real tender. I'm gonna let that marinate before I go on to the next thing.
Let me go back. She's explaining what happened in Zaza Ali's video, the one that Zaza deleted.
Come around and be like, oh,
her second video that Zaza made.
Like, yeah, I know, don't take what I said offensively, even though what the fuck. We're all jealous of her. Oh, let me tell you, because she did tell and talk all that shit to me, so I'm not able to say anything back because she in the chat. Because I'm not. Y'all know I can talk. I mean, in 2 minutes I could type 5 fucking paragraphs if it's something I want to speak. So I got time for that. People real good on their live to say shit and then want to turn around and then not let you respond. So she come up in here. I know she not gonna say nothing. I hope she at home sticking that crystal up her ass, getting herself right. That's what I said. Jealous of what? So nature. That's what I'm saying. She says we're all jealous of her. Oh, let me tell you, because she did tell us what we were jealous of. She said we're jealous of her because this why she don't deserve a black card. Take that bitch back, because I don't think she thinks she black. I really don't. See, you know what she did? She did what white people do. Y'all know them white people. Right, y'all know them white people that come around and be like, oh, like, yeah, I know, don't take what I said offensively, even though what the fuck they said was offensive. Don't take it offensive, because I got black friends, guy. I have a black friend. My best friend is black. She did one of that on us, right? She says that she's getting all of this treatment and that people are jealous of her, right? They're jealous of her. Right, put a yoni egg in her booty, bitch, because you coming up with all that bullshit, right? She says that she is mixed. And the reason we are jealous of her is because she is a fucking mixed woman. I'm gonna let that marinate. You know how you put some shit on some meat and let it sit so when you cook it, it's real tender. I'm gonna let that marinate before I go on to the next thing. Right. What the fuck? Bitch, bye. I agree. Damn. Wow. Right. Those were my exact. And she said this shit many times. So if you go and watch the video, you don't even have to watch it that long. And this is coming from a mixed woman. I think what she said was the most colorism bullshit that you could ever fucking hear. We are jealous of this bitch because her mother is white. These are her words. I am not lying, y'all. Go watch the shit. I'm gonna get my shit together because over here I'm gonna get my shit together so I can put it up. You know how everybody be having the 2 screens, so I could play the shit for you. There's so much shit I would like to fucking let y'all see, right? Yes, it's offensive, and it's offensive to me as a mixed woman myself, right? You had no idea she was mixed. I don't know why not. Right. It's funny though. Okay, so if you didn't know that about her, that means she did a real good job of keeping it to herself when she was on there trying to be pro-black and wanted all the black people to support her. But now that the black community is throwing her under the bus, now this bitch all of a sudden is, y'all jealous of me because I'm mixed. You know what? You remember what I told y'all the other day about hypocrisy, and sometimes we can be hypocrites, and there are things that we learn in life, right? Somebody said, but we all mixed. We is all mixed, but you get what I'm saying, sis. She trying to say because she has white in her, somehow that makes her better than us, and that because of that whiteness, we are very jealous of her. This is what the bitch is saying. Let's break it down to the very last compound. See how it sounds? A little irrational, right? A lot of
Hey y'all. So that's the last video I wanted to show you, and I'm about to put the whole link in the chat. You can go through them too. I'm trying to find. I found the video that Michi X talks about the first time, the one that has little cartoons in it, and she's talking real fast. But I can't find the video that Michi is talking about for the second time because Zaza deleted it off the internet. Somebody got it. Somebody got it. So, but I put Michi. I know even though Michi is my episode 4, but sometimes Michi do have some moments of clarity. It makes a lot of sense. It's like, wait a minute, you've been gone for a whole year, and the first thing you come back and say is, "Oh, I've been vilified. I've been hurt." In her first video, she was crying. She was crying. Or it was the second video. Maybe in the second video, she was crying tears. Where did she learn that from? And like Michi said, you were all pro-black when you were trying to sell us something, but now that we're criticizing you justifiably, now it's like, oh, you're hurting me because I'm mixed. Yeah, Michi is mixed. Michi's mom is black and her dad is white. But Michi identifies as a black woman. She says a light-skinned black woman, which I thought Zaza Ali did too. But when Zaza Ali got called to the carpet and she's trying to come back a year later, she's like, oh, y'all just being mean to me because I'm light-skinned. Really? And here is another light-skinned lady saying, girl, you know better than that. I'm light, and I don't like what you did. So am I jealous of you too? It's like, sis, stop. So, after seeing all this, What do y'all think about Zaza? Or is it Ginger Daniels? Was it Ginger Daniels or Zaza? How did she get it? Now you got me think about that whole bank account thing. Yeah, which one are we jealous of? Are we jealous of Ginger? Are we jealous of Zaza? And I have to say though, out of the both of them, I think I could hang out with Michi because I feel like Michi is gonna be honest with me. She got a mouth on her, but I'll probably be able to take her for like about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But Zaza, I wouldn't. I would want to leave because I feel like she'll be fake around me. She won't be herself. She'll be pretending to be something that she's not. Like I feel like Zaza Ali gives me very much first, bougie first lady of a Kojic church vibe. You know, she's giving me Sharon Edmonds vibes. You know what I'm saying? Christine, I think that's a very harsh. I mean, I don't want to overgeneralize that because I don't know what it's like to be raised by two parents of different races. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna take the one with the mouth. I know she gonna be like saying bitch, motherfucker, and stuff, but I'm like, okay, Michi, we finna go in this place, we gonna eat, and we gonna leave. Okay, we gonna have a good time. Zaza, I was going to invite her. I'm like, I'm not gonna invite you. You're not gonna. Oh, I can't be myself around you. You ain't gonna be yourself. Michi doesn't seem honest to me. I have a problem with Michi and who she picks as her friends or who she's associates with. She's not very good at that, and I don't know if that's because she wants to be accepted. Because like Michi is a different type of narcissist than Zaza is a different type of narcissist, and sometimes narcissists will work together when it benefits them, but also if you notice some of the people I've talked about, they're narcissists and they're calling out other narcissists. That's why I put Michi in there because I feel like, okay, here's a person in the same arena, same similar racial, ethnic background, who can honestly look at Zaza and say, yeah, that what that lady is doing is messed up. I ain't jealous of her because she biracial. Hell, I'm biracial. She messing with those people with their money, and she coming back here like it nothing happened and acting like she a victim. All she gotta do is come back and say, I'm sorry, seem sympathetic, and move on and don't do that mess anymore. But like keyboard musicians say, she's back because she needs to be back. I put Zaza, this is Zaza's website. Look at what she's selling. She got 2 books to sell. She got some type of workshop thing, meditation thing. Grand Pooba, Michi X is episode 4. Did you miss it? Did you not? You know watch episode 4? You weren't here for episode 4. I need to put it in. Do I need to go put it in chat for you? I guess so. Okay. All right. All right. So, all right. So this is the Zaza Ali video playlist. Okay. There's a Zaza Ali video playlist, and then let me also give you my African American greed playlist as well. This will be episode 5. Hold on. Here is my African American Greed series. All right, there you go. Medina, stop. Let's not go there. And they're not red. Exactly. She's gonna run off on the plus. What they say? She's gonna run off the plus twice. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Let me find out Roxanne called me further because I'm like in me clutching my pearls and my whiskey. That's not why she called you first lady. You know that. Stop. Exactly. Sometimes you gotta weed through the cuss words. Cause like, oh, that's what she said. I was like, oh, she bring me. Oh, I get what she said. But Christine, I think some of them, at least the ones I've known, they do accept who they are. It's just that I think maybe depending on how their parents raised them, either in both cultures or favoring one or the other, is whether or not how they accept themselves, and also how other people around them accept them. How are light skinned people treated in some people's families? Sometimes better. Zaza Ali felt like she was treated worse in her family. It's her father's family. Okay. Or would you do both? I mean, look at, okay, for example, look at Tia and Tamara. Their mom is black. Their mom is black. Their dad is white. One sister married a white man. One sister married a black man. I mean, as far as I know, they've already said they were biracial, but I thought they've always been kind of like, oh, those are black biracial girls. I, that's how I looked at them. Yeah, I think so too. One will always dominate than another, you know? What are you talking about? Say but what are you talking about? You know? Like I have a cousin right now, I think I told y'all, she's looking for her dad. He's a black man, but she was raised by her mom, her white mom, and her stepdad. You know, and she actually has to deal with two things. She has to deal with the fact that, okay, I'm biracial, but I'm also missing a parent that I'm supposed to have a bond with, but their genes are running through my veins. You know. I know. Yeah. Wait, Victory Girl said, I told her that she was in the function hall. She won't wrinkle as a mite. She holding down for Bishop who's at the gym. Oh. Yeah, and see that's what I have a problem with is with Tamara, is that which is probably why I like Tia better because I feel like I don't know. I guess I am pro black family, but I guess if I don't know. I guess if Tamara's husband was more like Gary Owen, I would be okay. Be like, oh, okay. But I just don't get that with Tamara's husband. He works for Fox News, and she's always pushing like one time she went on someone's Instagram. They're like, oh, this is black. It was lady and her husband. Like, oh, we're black love. And then Tamara gonna go on the lady there tomorrow. Oh yeah, but interracial love is good too. Girl, what does that have to do with anything? This is this girl's post. Her man is black. She is black. Why'd you come over there? Like, girl, you be doing extra stuff. Go sit down. Yeah, we are. It's like like, oh, you're too light, you're not black enough. But then if you're too dark, they wanna make fun of you and stuff. It's just like, can we all just love each other and be happy? Can we just you know? Okay, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being on here for 2 hours and 8 minutes. Um, I have put this one, I've added this one to the African American Greed series. Please leave me comments and let me know what really resonated with you. Because I do like to have discussions in the comments about the videos I drop. Also, if you know there's someone else that I maybe should do a video on. Like I know I did the first three were men, and so that's why I was trying to do another woman. So it wouldn't look like, oh, you're just bashing all the black male Hotep people. No, we got some female women who are doing it too. So, and I know Matt Charity said I need to do some preachers and not just because but I'm doing black conscious one for I feel like those are the ones people because they might because to me I feel like they kind of like sneak up on you. You're like, oh, he's Steve. He's saying some problem, and if they got you doing some weird stuff. But I guess with Tamara though, like I said, I have no problem with you bearing a white husband. But why do you always feel the need to interject your white husband into every situation, sis? Like, what's going on? Okay. Please hit the like, share, subscribe button. Next time, bring a friend. If you would like to become a member of my page, remember members get an extra video, early releases of videos, and members only lives. I put the extra videos in either my Buy Me a Coffee or on my members only community page. FYI, most likely the members only video will probably be Thursday or Friday. No, yeah, Friday. Friday. So please, please, please make sure you're checking. Okay. Thank y'all so much. Before I leave, let me make sure y'all know about my friend. Daryl Moore, the cigar vlogger. He is having his live tomorrow, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, on the Daryl Moore or the Darylism's Free Speech channel. Okay? And his name is Daryl, Darryl. Last name Moore, Moore. Can somebody put the link in the chat to Daryl's page so people can go over there, click it, and thank you, Understanding, my new mod. Thank you, Christine Parks. Thank you, Speak Your Truth, Roxanne. Thank you, Victory Girl. Stay Humble 73, Candy Lancero. Thank you. Fran Puba, Mina C, Medina, Dr. Cookie Crusher. Love your name. Grand Puba, Stephanie Collins, Queen Rashi, and everyone else in the chat or in the bushes. And I believe it was Clyde P who was here earlier. Sorry, Clyde P. Today, because it was African American Greek series, it was just mostly me talking, showing films, and doing commentary. All right? So, all right. You're very, very welcome. So, heed the warning of what also Understanding just put in the link for Daryl Moore's page. So please go over there and click the subscribe, and set the reminder. Please pay attention to what keyboard musicians say. She is back for a reason. If you give this woman your money, you're being stupid. I don't want y'all to be stupid. And right now with this COVID-19 and these people trying to ride out and take over the government and stuff, you need to keep all your money and your coins if you can. All right, because everybody ain't got their stimulus yet. Okay? All right. Thank y'all so much. Love you all. See y'all tomorrow in Daryl Moore's chat. Talk to y'all later. Bye.